America, oh, America. Hey, man, I've been digging this mandolin, this Regal reverse scroll. You know why? Because it's got this back that's not a bowl, and it's just comfortable to play. And I've just been digging it ever since our Regal Beagle month some time ago, man. I love this instrument. I couldn't imagine my life without it. I'm going to put it way back here so I can sit on it in my chair when I forget about it. I don't want to just put it on the floor because it's important to me. I love that instrument. Love it. Now, I own a bunch of mandolins. I told you when I got that. Hey, I got a mandolin over here. I got a mandolin over there. I got a banjolin. I got all kinds of lins, right? Evelyn, banjolin, tangelin, Rangelin, man, we are all full of the lins, man. So I was in the swap meet shortly after I got that Regal Beagle. And I was like, I saw on this guy's table, I believe that he wanted $70 for this instrument. Right? I had my daughter with me. And the whole rest of the, swap meet morning, I was like, man. I like that instrument, man. Now this is made in the Soviet Union in Leningrad. Right? This is the Lunacharsky factory of folk instruments, 1961. Only problem that I can see is this little bridge piece has been kind of chewed up a little bit. Somebody's written some G-A-D-E. Yeah, I gave it to him just like that, right? Other than that, it's a beautiful instrument. It's a little bigger than the one that, I've been jamming on, which was my only complaint, that it was just too small. So if we can get this guy working, we'll have a match made in Glasnost, man. We'll be ready to rock and roll, man. I'll be coming at you every day with a new little mandolin song. Well, that's not going to happen. But I'll be a happy old Guitkit, and you guys will feel happy for me, right? Anyway, I told you how I got it, right? I was at the swap meet. I wanted $70 for it. And the whole rest of my little walk around. So we stopped to have a bite to eat right before we left. And I told my daughter I had like $40 left. And I was like, I think I have 45, but I wanted to fool the guy, right? And I was like, I'm going to go by there and offer him this $40. And I'm going to say, motherfucker, you can't, turn me down, because I had all these reasons why I was only giving $40 for it, even though he wanted 70 for it. I thought of all these things in my mind. But you don't want to be supporting the Russians after what they did to Zelensky. You know what I'm saying? After what they did to that damn dog they shot into space, never came back. You know what I'm saying? I think all these things, you know what I mean? You know what they did to the Tsar and his ministers? You know what I'm saying? I was all fired up about it, man. You don't want to associate yourself with that rubbish. So I'm going up there all hard and heavy. I see you still got that instrument, you know what I mean? Will you take $40, man? Because Russia, as soon as I started saying, he's like, okay. So, this is yours. This is mine. I got out of there because I didn't want, Zelensky's spies to hear me. This man trying to thwart Ukrainian progress. That's not me, man. I'm not thwarting nobody, man. I'm just a happy old mandolin player walking back to my car. My daughter was like glad to get out of there, you know what I mean? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip you around. I'm going to show it you better. We're going to repair this, whatever else needs to be repaired on it. We're going to be like, man, that old Guitkit, he sure is smarting. Right? And then I'm going to play it for you. And we're going to just sail off in the sunset like the fucking Lone Ranger shit, man. Happy trails to you. So I'm going to flip you around. 1, 2, 3. This Putin speaking. You finally outdone yourself, Guitkit. This belonged to my grandfather before he killed my father and then killed the other person in the room, so he did not tell anybody. And then he killed an animal, some small animal, to make you even angrier. Look at that. It's in like great condition. Other than this, a little bit of glue there. Get you all new again. And this. It's all jacked up there, Jackhammer. Other than that, Jackhammer Julius, we're looking like we're in good shape, right? We're just floating along on the breeze, right? So let's take a good old look at it in the laboratory. Find out if there's anything else that needs to be repaired. I love these Soviet era plastic buttons. I love them, man. You want to marry him? Hey, you say you love him. Put a ring on it. I love the checking, too. Hey, you like the Czechoslovakians? I'll see you in the laboratory. Unless Putin gets there first. In that case, you will see him. Because he will be in charge. I'm always in charge. See you there. Welcome back to the laboratory. This is Putin. I would stop at nothing to get this precious heirloom back into my hands. Hey, man. Blood is thicker than water, right? So this is the first thing on our fucking agenda. Man, this thing is ugly. You know what I'm saying? It's just... But it doesn't look like it's that much of a big deal. So these are already pretty lackluster, slack-jawed, right? I don't think I'm going to take them off, man. So I'm just going to, like, you know, totally slack-jaw these motherfuckers. Right? And we're going to grip some of this wood glue, man. I ain't going to show you the brand, man. You know what I'm saying? Unless Putin gives me some money. Let's get that guy clamped down, man. Hey, maybe I'll put a little block in here, not to mess with the string. So we got a little piece of wood there between the strings and the clamp. A little piece of veneer there, actually a smaller piece of wood. We got it in there real good with this suction cup, man. Real copious amount of glue, man. We cleaned up the spill out with that little rag, man. Some warm water. And so we're just going to let this sit for a day or two, man. We put a lot of glue in there. You know what I'm saying? This is an important joint. So with these quick grips, especially older ones, I haven't used this one, you know, in even 15 years. We're going to want to make sure that it's taut. You know, so every morning, you know, make sure it's just a little tight. You know what I'm saying? Tighten up, man. Tighten up, Albert. I'll see you when we're all dried out. I ain't talking to you when you're drunk there, Charles. Wait till you get dried out, Spill. Alright, so I actually let it set 4 days. Why? Because time is on my side. We're going to unclamp her. Yeah. Every day I sort of give this guy a little pump. Because sometimes I start getting a little bit weak after, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, the reason I do that is because especially when you're clamping like a large area, you know, with a large amount of glue, this part around the corners will dry, but the glue in the middle will stay like, you know what I'm saying, like kind of wet for a couple days, you know, and like if you don't have that pressure on there, it'll sort of miss, you know what I'm saying, align the whole deal. So essentially, we got it glued. That's especially true about bridges. When you have fixed bridges and you glue it on, all that glue in the middle. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to pull this guy out. Right. Oh, put him aside for a second. And let's clean this guy off with some old, you know what I'm saying, furniture polish. Pretty shiny. Let's give it a good clearing up. Right. Let's see if that's been accomplished. All right. Look at that. Sheeny, shiny, glossy, glittery. So we did it with the old furniture polish. 32% kielbasa grease on this guy. Took a furniture marker also, and we sort of de-emphasized that little crack. You know what I'm saying? Can't see it now because I got the flash on. Turn the flash off, though. Look at that, man. Hey, man. I don't mess with crack, man. You know what I'm saying? Just powder. So, it's looking good, just like it should. I'm going to flash back on because now we'll talk serious turkey business, man. Look at this fretboard, man. It's dry as a fucking bone, man. Dry as a burn, man. You can see the guys that noted the different notes on it, man, and everything. So what we're going to do is we're going to do two things at once. Can you handle it? Can you handle it? Can you handle it? We're going to take some mineral oil and we're just going to smear it in here real good with a rag. Right? We don't really want to get rid of this guy's marks. So I think that's cool. Certain things are cool. Certain things are not cool. Then we're going to take a little tiny bit of steel wool and we're going to shine this guy up while it's seeping in there. It looks like most of the chrome is like sort of faded off of here. You know what I'm saying? But there's a little tiny bit of steel wool. You gotta be real careful. This will pop right off if you mess with it too much, man. It'll break right in half, and you're never gonna be able to replace that, man. Never gonna be able to replace it, ever. So I'll see you after those 2 steps have been turned. Alright, so it seemed like no amount of oil could satisfy this thirsty ass bitch. We finally got it saturated, right? Nice little sheen of a shine going on this. Hey man, you can't make chicken salad out of chicken shit. So let's let this seep and set, man. And then I'll come back at you. You know what I'm saying? When we're all full. So we got it dried for about an hour and a half, right? Yeah, man, it's all seeped in. Let's wipe it off, Wendell. And when we're done wiping it off, put a little bit of brown shoe polish on it. You know what I mean? Just to, as opposed to putting like butcher's wax on it, we give it a little bit of color. See how we've lost some color here? I mean, this wasn't real rosewood. This was like Soviet rosewood. You know what I'm saying? It's like stained on there. And as opposed to staining it, shortcuts, kid. Shortcuts. I'll see when we're all burnt. Looking real good there, Samuel. Nice and chocolatey. Huh? So we put it on real thick, real dark. Real excessively. Let it set out 2 or 3 minutes. Right, and then we wiped it off with the cloth, right, until we really didn't get too much off with the wiping. Then we took a pipe cleaner and we flossed between the frets where it sort of got in there, you know what I'm saying? Then we took a microfiber and we wiped it again. I was like, I can't believe there's still, you know what I mean, polish on there or anything, because it didn't feel like it anymore. But we kept wiping it successfully until we got nothing off, but we still had the color on. That's where you want to be, folks. So we'll just leave it right where it is, right? Move on to brighter pastures. What about this line there, Warren? What do we do with that line? Well, I don't know if you remember very well, but this is the guy that was on there. He's all chewed the fuck up. And that's the reason why he was unplayable, because these grooves have gone too far, you know, to the bottom, and they're buzzing and not staying where they should be. Rats, right? This is a real thin piece. When I first acquired this particular instrument, I saw on eBay from the Ukraine, of all places, the guy was selling them, you know what I mean, 10 or more available for like $7.89 or something like that, plus $7 shipping. I was like, that's not bad at all, you know what I'm saying? And there was no other alternative. I mean, that's the only thing I could find. I was like, oh, it's the exact same piece, too. I was like, you know, I'm going to let him, because he just listed it, I'm going to let him wait a couple weeks. And then I'm going to come out of a low ball, you know, $5. You know, you had up there for a long time, my war-torn friend. You know what I'm saying? And then I came back like 2 weeks later and it was all gone. I was like, what? Listing was like deleted. It's either he was scamming people from the Ukraine just trying to get some money out of us, or he literally sold out of them real quick. So I emailed the guy, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? My tax money is helping protect you from Putin and his evil powers. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. I never heard back from him at all. So I was like, you know, what am I going to do, man? What the hell am I going to do? So I looked on the internet and I went and, you know, broke down. I got the Grover flat top mandolin piece, which is very, very similar. I mean, it's not like it's like a world of difference. You know what I'm saying? Size-wise, like length-wise, it's about the same, but it's a lot fatter, you know what I'm saying? It's a bigger piece. It's just like a real thinner. I could either grind it down or just use that as it is. It's not going to really make a difference. Just use it as it is. So what we're going to do, right, we're going to prop it underneath there. Right on the line. Put a little tension on it and carve out those little tiny, you know what I mean, lines, like with a rat tail file. Very, very carefully. Very, very, very carefully. You want to fuck this guy up, right? You want to fuck it up like you did your first marriage there, Jemima, right? I see you when we're all bridged out, man. Hey, man, I want to offer you a bridge of peace, bro. Peace be with you. Always. There it is. Easy as that, folks. Just want to make sure that they're not protruding from the top of the bridge. You want to cut it in too far in, because these guys are going to work their way down. It's a very powerful force there. Force to be reckoned with. So we just really got to tune it up. You know what I mean? We're ready, man. We're ready to fucking show you what we can do. But before we get to the glamour shots, man, before we do that, let's try to make heads or tails these fucking labels in here, bro. One of them, you know, looks like a production label. One looks like a this one at the top I mean, it looks like it says 61 on there. So I think it's something to do with 1961. And this guy just looks probably like talking about what kind of factory it's from. So I'm going to take some nice, clear pictures of these. We'll go over to the Learning Laboratory and we'll run them through Google Translate and see what we can fucking do. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be informed before we get to our glam shots. So I'll see you there in 1, 2, 3. Welcome to the Learning Laboratory. This Putin. So we don't know what the fuck this label says, right? We'd only figure out, the date because it says 61. That one label. This is the main label, though. What the fuck does this say, man? I'm thinking that the second line there is Russia. Let's take a look, though. What it really means, man. This is translation. So the first line, it's the name of the company. MMP. That's how you actually say those letters in Russian, right? MMP. That's the Russian Soviet Federation of Soviet Republics. That's how it translates, right? It's the main directorate, the main arm for the production of musical instruments, factory of folk or plucked musical instruments named after Lunacharsky. Lunacharsky. That's in the federal district of Leningrad, man. Hey, man, that's what it says, right? Now, this is the other label that we saw, right? I darkened it up a little bit and made it black and white because I wasn't getting a good read on it, This is an old thing. Bottom there actually says cock, man. 99 cock. This is where we figured out is from 61, right? 1961. And that's actually true, man. Let's see what this thing says, man. It's a mandolin, item number 319. This is just, I guess, the production code number for the Russian Soviet Republic, right? We see that all the time, that's their contract numbers. The warranty period of months, right? 11 months. Not even 1 year, man. They give you 11 fucking old months, right? Again, this is, made in Leningrad, 1961, right? Produced in 1961. 15 Geneva Street, right? 997 types of cocks. You perverted lech. I don't know what UPL stands for. Some Russian shit, man. Anyway, that's the mystery of the label, man. You know what I'm saying? Mystery of the labels, man. Let's get ready for the glamour shots, right? Ready? And go. There it is. A true Russian comrade. Pretty much did a whole episode in the dark, man. We didn't know where the fuck this thing was until like the last minute. Right? Just trying to impress you with our fucking wit and wisdom, man. So it's a real Russian. Most of the Soviet instruments that we feature on the show, I think all of them so far, really made in Ukraine, man. That was their natural gas supplier of the Soviet Union and their musical instruments, for the most part. He's exception, right? Exceptionally loud, right? Exceptionally loud. That Grover part is actually a much better, piece than the original on there anyway. So we kind of upgraded it. And it is actually the same production part that's been in, service for about 100 years from our friend at Grover. So, beautiful, beautiful thing, man. Lovely instrument. It's very good to know exactly what you're getting into once you get into it, right? Because we have to listen to it now. And we have to prove our patriotism to Mother Russia, right? It's funny how Putin now is like on the outs, man. But he was like the darling of like the, left. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, man, he was wrestling bears and shit. They were like all like, oh, Putin, you know what I mean? McCartney's playing Red Square, on Putin's piano. You know what I'm saying? Smoking weed together. This is my gravity bong, Paul. Get a good hit. Putin. Cut the video. You know what I'm saying? Let's hear it, bro. Right? I don't want to make fun of Russia. So welcome back to the winter weirdness, Wendell, where we can be weird all winter long. But when the spring comes, we'll be wonderful again. Not weird, wonderful. just mess around with it until, you know what I'm saying, I find something that sounds pretty good, man. This mandolin, though, I do know was owned by Vladimir Putin at one point. I just know because I verified it. I have my sources, man. So it's a celebrity instrument. A celebrity instrument. Or maybe a despot instrument. For those of you who don't believe that he's a celebrity, that he's a despot. We got a 50-50 shot. Or maybe 45-55. Let's try to play this motherfucker. Flew from Miami Beach, BOAC. Didn't get to bed last night. On the way, the paperback was on my knee. Man, I had an awful flight. I'm back in the USSR. And I love you all, boy. Back in the USSR. Well, as Ukraine girls didn't knock me out. They leave the whole West behind. Make me sing and shout. That JoJo's always on my mind. Hey man, I can't really play. I'm sorry. Mr. Guitkit, we meet again. Hey man, you got me wrong, man. My name's Todd McNulty. I'm from Cleveland. I told you a long time ago not to fool with me, taking my precious instruments. Boris, cut the video transmission. I don't want the world to witness what's about to happen to this man. Or should I say scoundrel? Flat my thrill on Blueberry Hill.